You see what I'm saying? And you know what? Isn't it funny? Now shit is actually beginning to, we say something 1 month, next month stuff is starting to doggone bear witness. So we said that they was going to raise up both Dennis Rodman and your other boy, RuPaul, and now both of them got TV shows coming on. RuPaul got a TV show coming on VH1, and Dennis Rodman has one coming on this fall on MTV. You see, they're raising up the big freak type thing. Yeah, plus, you know, on the first RuPaul show, what he doing? He kissing Dennis Rodman. Now, what kind of symbolism is that? A black man in 1996, 2 black men on the damn TV kissing each other. That's some foul stuff. And you know what I'm saying? And we're not talking about, and we're not in the job of bashing somebody for their sexual preference and stuff. Because really, in actuality, the gods and the whole thing down here is fucked up. Period. There ain't no morals, there ain't nothing down here. But the key is we understand the blueprint on what the white man is trying to do. You see what I'm saying? What the white man is trying to do. Now you see every time you turn around, like they say, they got the sisters freaking in every doggone thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's interesting too. Now it's interesting because we got some new information. First of all, we know that the whole OJ thing is back. Now I told you, and it's funny, and this is the funny part about it, how stuff play out. Now I told you last year that we had found that the O.J. Simpson trial, let me see if I can find this book. I think I put it in here. The O.J. Simpson was an ancient trial that they talked about, this great trial that would be held in Egypt in the last days, where they would try to mess the credibility of the black man up. So don't look at O.J. as the figure. Black people was on trial, right? And so this ancient trial, it was verbatim, but it was interesting because in this trial that they talk about, which is in the section of this book. In this book, which is a valuable book, From Fetish to God of Ancient Egypt by E. Wallace Budge. In the back of this book, they have papyruses out of the British Museum. This is the last book of his life, Budge. And so he decided to give up all these papyruses that he was actually writing all his books from. So in the back of this book, there's several papyrus, like the winged disc of Heru of Edfu, which is talking about if you didn't have the melanin, they cut off your head, which you get the movie Highlander from. You see what I'm saying? They say only one can be the Highlander or the blood of kings running through you. So in this particular section of the papyrus in the back of this book, when you see the legend of Heru Behutet, of the winged disc of Edfu, they're talking about if you didn't have that black dot, they would cut off your head. And in the legend of Heru Behutet is an ancient word for melanin. It means the black dot or the black circle that we're talking about here. Or the black dot or the black circle, which we give a figure of the Gnostic Christ, Abraxas, and it gives you the black dot also right here in the wings and the Kundalini energy and all of this too, which we have several things of the black dot. And like I said, I always like to put this one up here because, you know, that's how your spirit looks outside of the body. And like I said before, some of you people, you might have seen some of these things some night that you see a black silhouette and stuff. That's actually a person. And it can take different forms and stuff, but that's how you look. And so based on the people in England, based on the occultists in England, they're saying if you don't look like this, then in actuality you ain't real or you ain't the gods. So therefore we know how that is. But listen, but we do know that in here there's a trial in the part called the Contendings of Horus and Seth. Wherever you want to go. The Contendings of Horus and Seth. And in there, well, there's a chair here if you want to, or whatever. In here, in the Contendings of Horus and Seth, they talk about an ancient trial. But it's interesting now, as so, the devil in here, which is the doggone white boy, he loses the trial. Just as on August the 3rd of 1995, he lost the trial because, number one, that's 10 and 3, which is 13, which is his unlucky number in the first damn place. But anyway, he lost the trial. But in the back of the book, they said that he begs the people, he begs the gods. When the devil loses, he said, no, I want a second trial. Now, what are the odds of that shit? Say, I want a second trial, which he ends up losing anyway. So it don't necessarily mean that it doesn't necessarily mean that OJ is going to win the trial. But what it does mean is that basically, this second trial is showing you that this beast is so much of a beast that he can't forget certain amount of things.